Batman in this dungeon or something.
Oh, and we're
Fighting.
live. I don't know if anyone's out there yet, but if you are, hello. Welcome to the first episode of the Brothers of the World podcast on a live stream. All faces, all smiles. We've got Dave, we've got Hristo as usual. What's up, guys?
Chilling, man, chilling. Listen, as long as Inter is winning, everything else in life seems to align. So everything's good, man. School is great. Life is great. I get to watch some soccer right now with no pressure on. I'm watching Napoli, having a hard time with the same Genoa team that we wiped our butts with. So I don't know what to
Speaking
think
of
about
that,
that.
they just scored. I know you're back behind, but yeah,
Damn,
Oh, come
Hristo.
on.
Come on, Hristo. I hate this guy, bro.
But
it's
that's
all
good.
good.
It's good to hear, man. I'm glad everything's going good. And you're right. Winning is the tonic for all
Ooh.
ails. And we got Hristo. What's up? How's everything going? In
It's
the new
going.
kit. In the new kit,
It's going.
nonetheless.
Yep, of course. Gotta flex on you guys a bit. It's going good, as Dave said. As long as we're winning, I think everything else aligns. And especially in the footballing world, when Juventus struggles, it's just like Inter won 6 points this weekend. So I'm buzzing.
That's also true. Yeah. I enjoyed watching the end of that Juventus game. Um, First post Ronaldo match. They're looking quite rough. When our first two post Lukaku matches, we've been doing pretty well. I will say. I'll start with Dave since I'm just go to left to right from my vision. What did you think about the first two matches, and I guess all the debut goals that we've had? Because I don't think we've spoken this season, and it's been quite surprising to say the least.
Well, I'm glad that you're asking me this question after the match from Friday because we got to see two different matches and the team being put in two different situations. We had the Genoa match, which was the first match. As we know, we got to admit it. Genoa always seem to lay down for us. Those matches are always easy for some reason. And of course, first match of the season, everybody was motivated. So that was pretty much a walkover. From halftime, I knew it was over, and I knew that if anything, it was more going to be about us piling it on, if anything. Whereas the match from 2 days ago, um, we were behind, even if it wasn't like something that they build up and then they breached our defense or something like that. We shot ourselves in the foot and we find ourselves behind. I'm not gonna lie, as confident as I am naturally, I was getting some doubts there, like, okay, wow, because especially after Barella, I'm not sure if you remember, Barella was reacting in a certain way. He got a yellow. I'm like, okay, they're losing their heads. What's going on? And I'm glad that after the halftime talk, it seems like we came out with a plan and we reacted to adversity. So that's a very, very important sign of a champion. Of course, it's very soon in the season to be talking about that, but honestly, I'm happy. So that's my summary of the two games. I'm very happy from what I've seen. We're able to sweep the team that we're supposed to sweep away, and we're able to react as champions when we're facing adversity.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. I wasn't actually in a way too worried during the Verona game. Even at halftime, we didn't look great in the first half at all. Like that was not a good look. But I mean, there's been plenty of matches under previous managers, well, mostly Conte, when we would be able to pull out those wins. And I was like, you know what? I still have faith in these guys. These are still the same guys. They're not going to roll over and just, resign to their fate after 45 minutes. And they really show that they can still turn it around. And I also want to give a lot of credit to Inzaghi because that's a lot of pressure being Inter manager, starting out a new season, all this stuff. If you don't take 6 out of 6 here, going into an international break, what's the Italian media going to have to talk about? They're going to be, oh, what's wrong with Inter? What's wrong with Inzaghi? Can they even do this? And so it's good to be able to go into the first international break without all that. But I want to move the same question to Hristo. What did you think about our start to the season going into this first break?
It's been very thrilling, and Genoa, although not a great side, I think they have some decent players that played, in a sense, a new season with their old club. We saw Pandev playing 90 minutes, which is not something that you usually see. Ballardini has been performing as a manager pretty well since last year, and we saw an Inter side that's pretty drastically changed, at least the main pieces, play very well. And on top of that, we saw yet another side of Inter against this weekend yesterday or 2 days ago, in which we struggled a lot in the first half. I think besides Darmian, you can only praise Brozovic for his efforts in the first half. Other than that, we were pretty dreadful, and in the second half we turned things around. We started to be more aggressive. We started playing better, and when Korea came in, he changed a lot of things, and a lot of things went to the positive side. And hopefully the train continues and no one gets injured in the international break. I think is the most important factor so far.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, it's been a great start, and one thing I've noticed other people also saying, and I want to kind of emphasize it here, is that or not Conte, that slip right there. Inzaghi's his subs are so proactive, and they always seem to come early, and that is such a change to Conte subs, where it was Gagliardini on 75 minutes, almost like clockwork every match, winning or losing. So we're seeing a variety of guys coming in, and it's been really interesting to see because that kind of reaction I feel like is something that even before Conte, like Spalletti didn't have the greatest like subs management. Like I take you back to Inter Juve, Santon for Icardi, like things
Oh,
like that. Yeah, that just can really deflate a side, and I'm really glad to finally see someone at Inter that is making those changes and watching the game almost the same way we are. And then in something that we're also familiar with now, Inzaghi going to celebrate with his team after the first Correa goal, which was great to see. But speaking of Correa, I want to go into new signings, and I guess I'll start with Dave again. Who have you enjoyed the most out of the new signings?
Honestly, well, the obvious answer would be Korea because it's so fresh in our minds and the way it happened. It was like some stuff that I guess FIFA would probably want to add to their journey. It's like some movie shit, But when I really sit down and think about it in depth, it has to be Dzeko, because that's a guy that's made an instant impact on the team, and you could see how dependent actually. Well, I'm not gonna say dependent, but well, how important he already is in the way we play. I've always said that. Well, I've been saying that this year that Lautaro he needs to take a step and be our main striker. I see how hard it still is to be a main striker, the main guy holding up the play, the main guy trying to hold up the play long enough for the team to progress forward. Um, Without Zeko, man, we would struggle a lot against Verona because their plan was very good, and even with him, they gave us some trouble. So I'll say that Zeko was my guy, even if the assist was not necessarily like not his assist 2 days ago and he should have had one with the one that Lotaro actually missed. So that's my guy. Zeko has been my signing that I've been the most impressed with so far.
I mean, he has been really good so far and surprising to many, but not to me. I mean, I've liked Jeko forever, and I think he's a really good player. But a lot of people, I think, had a lot of question marks about him, especially him being 35, 36 year old. And hopefully, he can prove other people wrong because he's still a decent player. He still
Mikey,
has.
Yeah, yeah, I know that's
I'm
your
sorry.
guy.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that was going to be my question
No, no.
next.
I just wanted to do that. Remember how we were practicing that with the.
Oh,
Oh, with
you
the
pointed
name.
to the names. Yeah, yeah.
And I think all in all, I think Jack will have a positive impact on the team. And as we said on the when we spoke to Alex and Jerry, I think having another coach in Inzaghi means that we'll have completely different approach in the games. We will not be dependent on the likes of Lukaku and Hakimi to do those runs and whatnot. And hopefully things can turn around at least from the expectations that we've had so far, and hopefully we can prove everyone wrong.
Yeah.
Hristo, you see, there goes Uncle Sharma with another Bat Cave comment. You didn't tell
Bro,
him. I am
It's
Batman.
it's called aesthetics.
No, he's
What would
Bane.
you know? His
Ooh.
his videos are
Ooh.
are like this, bro. Yeah, hello guys. I'm from
Clearly
Leicester.
adopted the
Listen,
darkness.
listen,
I
listen.
would not
By the way, now
know
we see the
fun.
jersey. You see the difference, like how it looks so different in the dark, and then when he puts
Exactly.
the light, yo, this shit is so beautiful, man.
It shouldn't be like this, bro. Who the fuck? It's like
Look at
this, you
that.
know.
It's so cool either
The
way.
light, the light reflects and whatnot. I'm not expecting Uncle Sharma to know.
Yeah, but we had a question earlier. We
Oh
gotta.
yeah, yeah. Back to the question. We have a question from Eric. He says, "Hi guys. Do you think Nandez is coming and will Inter sign another defender? Whoever wants to take this can go first."
Dave.
Personally, I don't think it's he is coming. Well, today will tell me a lot because they're supposed to be playing Milan the next match. So if he starts and depending on how the vibe is, I'll be able to make a prediction. But I know he still wants to come. I know he's gone as far, almost as far as a player can go to make sure a move comes through. Because even if Correa, we were hearing that Correa wants to enter, he wants to enter, but he was at training regularly. He wasn't saying nothing publicly. But this guy, like, he was like, yo, I'm not coming back from vacation. I'm not flying to Sardinia, stuff like that. So those things, depending on how the president want to react, if he wants to teach him a lesson, he'll keep him. But to answer the question, I'm rambling along right now. To answer the question, I do think that he is coming because I the only thing to me that makes me feel that way is because we insisted on making Korea a 5 million dollar loan with the rest for us to pay obligation to pay next year. So we're saving some money for some reason. It's like 10 to 15 million dollars in our budget supposedly left if the press are correct. So that would be enough to probably give him a loan fee or something like that to make him happen. And as far as defender goes, no, I don't think anybody else is coming. If we are gonna make any move, it's probably Nandez, and other than that, it's gonna be outgoings.
Yeah, for me, I don't think at least this window that Nandez will come. I just think that relations with Calgary are just so bad unless we're gonna send someone like maybe a loan swap, like one of our younger guys. But I don't know how likely that is. I'm not sure that anything's going to come for Nandez. And I guess he technically would be another defender if he came, but I don't see it. I would love him because he's versatile. I mean, you see him on the left, you see him in the midfield. I'm sure he
Mhm.
could play in the back three if you ask him to, because he seems like that kind of guy. So it'd be great if he came. It could be a January thing. It could be a next summer thing. Eventually, I think he will. But
Oh,
this
he will
window,
eventually,
yeah, this
because
window, no.
I'm gonna let you go, Hristo. Don't please don't forget your thoughts. But
No, no, no worries.
this guy, remember we've been linked to this guy since he was coming to Italy. It's like, and I was going to watch videos of him playing for Boca Juniors. Like, yo, what are you seeing this guy? What's going on? So I guess now that he's been in Italy for a couple of years, I definitely see the importance and what he could do. So now more than just okay, I'll be okay if he comes. I can go ahead and say that I want him to come because he'll be very useful either on the right or as a backup to Barella because we do see that Dumfries it seems to be taking a little while, so you don't know how long that's gonna take. And Darmian, it's only so much magic dust he has in there. He's gonna regress to the mean eventually.
I mean, look, I think I would like Nandez to Inter. I think we all liked how he played in the past year and past season, of course. But I'm not sure where was the place for him because we already signed Dumfries. We have someone like Darmian who's very versatile, and although he looks good in one game, he may not look as good in the next game. Hopefully, things change, and I don't know. We still sign someone like Hernandez because he is quality, and that's it. He knows the league. Bepe and Auxilio seem to like him a lot. I think he would slot in perfectly as a rotation option for someone like I don't know, Çalhanoğlu maybe, or when Barella needs to rest. But not sure that if he wants to be that option. I think he wants to play. He wants to contribute more than Inter is willing to offer, and I don't know. It just doesn't make sense for him to sign for Inter right now after we signed Dumfries. but he's a quality player nonetheless. So if I'm in charge, I would go in for him, but it depends if he's a priority for the management or not, or if they think someone like Belotti or another striker is available and more important than a midfielder or a versatile right wing back as Nandes is. So I
Well,
don't
the
think we'll
thing
sign
is,
him. Yeah, go on.
sorry, bro, but the thing is, I think that he believes that it's gonna be something that he gets a fair chance to compete. In which case, then who knows what can happen? Because right now, like I'm not gonna lie, of course Dumfries happened. He came a week and a half ago, but I was surprised to see that he couldn't even smell the pitch for 10 to 15 minutes yesterday, especially when we needed some pace on the right hand side. Like even that goal. I'll confess that first Korea goal. I was right on my phone like this about to tweet talking shit about Darmian because I was like, look, we have Darmian still on the pitch. He doesn't have the pace to catch up to that ball, but somehow he had the long toe. He reached, he stretched, he kept it in, and he was able to dig out that cross. But I was so upset that Dumfries was not there because that ball he would have caught up to that. He has much more pace. So that tells you that maybe he's not getting it quite yet. I don't know if it's a language barrier or whatever it is, but Inzaghi doesn't quite trust him yet. Okay, I'll get on you about that later. But I say that to say this. That's why I feel like Nunez will probably be a very very good idea. Um, at first, I was thinking that it was probably going to be Skamaka or probably another striker, but it seems like the tone is changing as far as Sanchez goes. It seems like he should be ready to come back the next game, so we're not in such a rush to go get a striker anymore. So I would say, yeah, I think we actually even need him because I prefer him to Darmian. Talking about Nunez, saying that let's say Dumfries takes a half a season to settle in and get ready.
Yeah, I did think about that after the Darmian assist. I was sitting there and I was like, Dumfries would have gotten to that, but would he have put in that quality of ball to get to Correa? It would be what I would wonder. Because when I think of Dumfries, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I just haven't seen enough, but I think of a guy that's going to take that ball and try to cut in with it instead of look for the first man. But
Either
I mean,
either
that's
that or I could see him probably try to hit it low and hard, stuff like that. That's been his typical ball that I've seen on his
the Hakimi ball.
the Hakimi ball. So that probably would have been for Dzeko or whatnot. But yeah, maybe you're right. I don't think I've never seen that quality pick out ball that Darmian put in from him.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's something we'll see from him. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
we're
what they're working
speculating right
on.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So Hristo, blank jersey, right? Blank shirt.
Blank jersey as
Just to,
always.
just to answer the question from Fern. No,
There's,
no,
I
no
don't.
loyalty anymore. You just got to go blank.
I don't have
Hey,
any room
listen,
left to be disappointed.
I have Lukaku on mine, so hey, listen,
Cool.
it could have been worse.
Yeah.
And as the weeks go by, I'm finding out more and more that this guy wanted to leave. This guy asked to leave. He caught everybody by surprise. So my affection for him is diminishing more and more. So that kid is a kid that I'm liking less and less. And it looks so good, man. I might have to get
Yeah.
another one with either Lotaro or something.
Oh, please don't.
Just all you got to do is buy a print one, and put it beside the 9, and you've got Correa.
Korea.
Yeah.
Tuku.
Not a bad option, you know.
You got to make do sometimes. So, a
Good question.
Yeah, question from Donnie here. I'm sure in the light of another Handanovic howler that we've seen over the last couple of years, giving up the ball straight to Illich, getting chipped for the goal right then. Bad look, very bad look, very sad because, I mean, this guy was so good for so many years for us. And then the rest of the team gets good, and then we've just used up all of his goalkeeping abilities. But replacement-wise, I think if we replace him, I think the front runner still is Onana from Ajax. As long as he stays the next – when is the window in? 2 days?
Yeah.
Today's the 29th. Yeah. So if he makes it to September still on Ajax, I think that's our guy. But I've seen like Lyon or Marseille, whoever it is, still coming back in. But if that happens, then I think it's back to the drawing board. It'll be someone from Serie A probably. I mean, maybe like if if Arsenal get relegated, you go for Leno. I don't know.
They're not gonna get
Bro,
relegated, man.
Yeah, I know. It's
the
just
guy that
jokes.
that sold is actually fucking amazing. The Martinez guy, the Argentinian keeper.
Yeah,
He's
Oh,
yeah.
well, he had a good Copa America.
no, even previously when he got a chance at Arsenal, he was amazing. Amazing is I don't know understatement. I don't know
So
why they
how did
sold
he
him,
end up
man.
at West Ham? Yeah.
I mean, Aston Villa are better than Arsenal right now. It doesn't surprise me that he's there. I mean,
Okay.
he's earning a lot of money just by staying in the league. He speaks the language. I don't know, he's been playing there for 10 years, so it doesn't make sense for him to leave when you're making a lot of money. But I think most of us wanted Muso. And now Muso is
Who's
playing in the
most of
Champions League. I mean, would you rather have Muso or fucking Onana?
Uh,
Onana.
Onana's played Champions League football.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Onana is just good at doping, bro. He's been suspended
Oh
until
wait,
Oh,
wait,
come
November.
on, come
wait
Fuck
a
out
minute.
on.
of
Okay,
here.
first
Ooh.
of all, that's not what the brothers of the world do. We're not sitting out there information here. I've read stories upon stories upon stories. This whole doping situation. It was supposedly something that his wife was
Yeah,
being
yeah.
prescribed,
Yeah.
and I've read it on multiple sources.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know, man. I don't see how you could be dope. You're a keeper and you doping. You know what I mean? To what?
Yeah.
But for as far as like if we that aside, as far as quality, if you compare the keepers reflexes, Musso definitely. He seems to be like this guy that's a young Handanovic almost. But as far as the modern game goes, Onana is very good with his feet. You know what I mean? And that's something that even if Honda is messing up left and right, he's still very, very, very important to or build a play with his ability. The fact that he's developed that ability in the last couple of years. So for that reason, and the Champions League experience, I'll definitely go Onana for me. Like there,
Look,
no, he's a little younger too.
at this point, I would take anyone. Albeit Onana, his wife, I don't give a fuck. Like, as long as it's not Handanovic, I think I'll take anyone. Uh, I don't know why
I'm
we didn't
gonna.
sign a keeper in the previous season or last summer. We could have invested in someone better than Radu for Handanovic not to be complacent and to know that he's gonna be the main keeper week in week out. So
Well, it's not a matter. It's not like the guy was like showing a decline, like a red flag. Like yo, we got to make sure that we take care of Andanovic. To me, it's been a nosedive starting last season. Okay, of course, there's been some mistakes. He's always had his freezing, the whole frozen thing. That's something even when he was in his prime, Hristo, in his prime, best goalkeeper in the league and all that stuff. He would give you one of those every game, like, and then he'll look at the next defender, like the next defender should have Suarez it for him or something. You know what I mean? So that's always been his thing. But lately, starting last season, he's been doing a lot of stupid stuff, mainly with his feet. So that's to me the sign that he's past it, and I feel like that's when we should be starting to look at it. At his replacement. But nobody expected him to be a liability out of nowhere like that. That's crazy because I don't trust him anymore. I cannot.
I haven't trusted him since he arrived in 11, 12.
You see, you
He's not,
see, you,
Oh,
you
come on.
see. I can't ride with you there. You
bro.
see, you see me.
We,
I don't
we
know,
need to
man.
have
You need to cool off the mask. I
bro.
think it's Sia here.
Bro,
Sia, is that you?
it's not
Like, cool
Sia.
off the mask, man.
And I'm not as vocal about Handanovic as he was because I was vocal in the Macedonian group chats years and years ago. I've lost the ability. I couldn't give a fuck about him anymore because everyone knows that he's a liability. So I've done my job. I let someone else do the rest of it for me. I'm just gonna sit back and relax as long as we have the three in front of him that we do. As long as we have both Skriniar, De Vrij, and Bastoni, I don't give a fuck. Dave, you can be the keeper as far as I care. As long as we got them. If we sold any of them, we are fucked.
Speaking of, man, Bastoni, man, this kid is taking a step this season, man. And you know me, man. I love talking my shit on Twitter, man. So this kid has been giving me so much ammo, like the elegance, the confidence. Now, I guess Inzaghi, well, we knew already that Inzaghi is much more complacent, much more much less rigid than Conte. So I guess Inzaghi's probably giving them the green light to yo, listen, just carry the ball. The boy carrying the ball up, he's ignoring people making runs and taking shots on his own and stuff, and that was almost a goal too. So like, man, I just wanted to just give him that praise since you brought up our defenders.
Yeah, and he's also trying to like be like our third striker at points now, which is
Mhm.
and he's got a good shot. He's almost scored like what twice now, twice in two
Yeah,
games. I mean,
yeah, and he's looking for it now. It's as opposed to okay, he scored some goals last season where open headers or opportunities that came for him, but now it's like my man's creating for himself now, and so I like it.
yeah, it's very similar to a Cherby under Inzaghi last season, which is what that's something I'm enjoying watching. And
Mm-hmm.
I think he has more license to get forward and can get forward more comfortably because it's not like two 47-year-olds behind him as well. Like Cherby was one of the only true central defenders they had. I mean, you have what Musakio? Nah, I mean, we saw that guy in Milan. That was not it. So I mean, he can
Yeah,
get forward. He's
Felipe
got.
Anderson, I guess, was a functional center back.
I
Luis
forget who
Felipe
else
too.
played there, and then
Luis Felipe, I'm sorry.
Parolo
I'm
played
sorry.
there for them a bit. Like, I
Oh
mean,
my God,
Lukaku loved that.
yeah,
bro!
Lukaku burnt Parolo last season.
I remember like in one game against Lazio, Parolo was so bad that we actually run everything towards him. But the next game when he started, I think we were all hoping like, oh, it's Parolo, just run at him. And all of a sudden he turned out like prime Maldini for some reason, and we couldn't get a ball past him. So it's weird how a system can mask someone's abilities, and who's better to do that than actually having three amazing center backs in front of a questionable keeper?
Mhm.
Hey, yeah, the less shots, the better right now. So I mean,
We need to see the
You
stats
guys
of
want
how
to take the
many shots.
question down there?
yeah, this was an interesting question because I've only seen like this rumor once or twice now because it's just something I've seen today, and we kind of all
Mhm.
agreed that the transfer window is probably over, but we're
Over.
still getting rumors. Fern asks if we saw Sport Italia linking us with a move for Romain Favre. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I'm not French. Um, and that we will offer Agume and Salcedo in return, maybe on loan. I'm not sure, but yeah, I saw that. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I know nothing about the guy. My League One knowledge is like
Mm.
very small. So I mean, from what I saw, is he a midfielder? Does anyone else know this guy? Like, if he's any good or anything?
I have no clue who
Oh,
that guy is, if I'm being
Okay,
honest.
yeah. I don't know anything either. Like I said, my actually I seen it yesterday, and then I did a quick YouTube on it, and but I don't think there's there's any truth to it. I did
yeah.
also see in a separate article that Agume and Salcedo were going to launch on loan, but I don't know much about him, so I can't comment. But of course, YouTube videos can make anybody look talented. He looked like a classy guy on the pitch that could dribble, that had vision. But then again, that's we're talking about DoorDash lead. I mean Uber Eats. So
That's pretty good.
everybody eats out there.
I mean, look, when you have someone like I've read that last year he was sold from Monaco to Brest for like 600,000 euros, and now he had an amazing season, and he burst out
So
on the
his
scene
value
as
went
being
up.
absolute by a fucking a lot, and everyone's buzzing about him, but I don't know if he's the solution. I don't know how good he is, but he's not gonna play. Whoever comes, he's not gonna be a regular. Whoever comes is gonna be an option, and God knows
Well, I
what's gonna
mean,
happen with other midfielders in the team.
well, you see the team. It seems like the plan this season is like an approach by committee. We're just gonna out death at everybody. We're just gonna outlast everybody. Yesterday or 2 days ago, I was looking at the subs that he made, not including a Dumfries that's not ready to play yet, Sanchez that's still injured or whatnot. Like we have a lot of quality. So I guess that's probably where Hernandez will probably come in, or that kid, just more quality on the bench to just keep rotating if you get injuries or whatnot. Because we're not gonna have that amazing world class player that everything goes through. And speaking of, I enjoyed watching Chelsea and Liverpool yesterday because you could see the frustration Lukaku is already having because he's not the main man no more. The ball is not always coming to him automatically anymore. Guys are ignoring him when he's making runs and shit like that. I saw him kind of yell at Mason Mount and shit. Hey,
Yeah.
listen, you were the big fish here. Now you went over there. You're probably gonna be a medium ass fish.
I
Yeah,
remember
that's
like Kante had a great chance to pass the ball into space for Lukaku, and Lukaku would have been 1-on-1. And I was glad for him not to get the ball because I was like, you did it to us, so fuck you now.
It
But
is what it
hey,
is.
as long as we have healthy options up front, I think we're all good because the defense, even last season, has been a lot like as reliable as they come. Uh, the midfield has been shaky at times, but we have options. We still have great players and decent rotation. I don't know, players off the bench. The only problem last year, I think, was the attack. When and because especially as you said, everything went through Lukaku, and when Lukaku didn't play, they seem lost. And now that Inzaghi is the coach, I don't think he has the same option right now to go through. I don't know, either Martinez, Lautaro, or Dzeko. I think there's more involvement from the midfield, especially. Someone like Barella is roaming a lot. Someone like I don't know, Çalhanoğlu seems more and more involved as the games go on, although not
Yeah,
the most
I want to
reliable
give him.
option.
I want to give him a shout out as well, Shana Loglu, because I'm sure, of course, Milanisti they've been waiting for him to have a bad game. I think that he was actually very good the last match. He did a lot of the running, a lot of the dirty work. He was recovering a lot of balls, so he seems to be very into what's going on, and he's doing the dirty work as well. And he had a couple good ass balls towards the end of the game before he got subbed off. That I guess it could have led to an assist or whatnot. So I'm happy with what I'm seeing from him so far, and I want him to keep on.
I think
yeah,
everyone will be more involved and they'll have better grades and better understanding of each other as long as Lautaro becomes a player that we'll want him to be. As long as he provides, I don't know, the opportunities and at the same time the goals that we missed from him last year, even before we spoke to Diff, when we spoke to you, Mike, when we spoke together, I think we will agree that the biggest step that Lautaro had to make last year was to convert the chances that he got, and he didn't do that. Although scored a lot of goals, he didn't. He wasn't as prolific as the chances proved to be, and we all hope that the chance to shine for him is now. So who knows?
yeah. The Lautaro Dzeko. This is something I did want to bring up. I'm glad you brought it up. That partnership looked very new and very raw yesterday or 2 days ago now. Yeah, this is Friday game throwing me off. Uh,
Same.
but yeah, it looks like those two are going to need some time for some understanding because Lautaro is used to the style of Lukaku where he's probably his first idea is probably going to be to get the ball on the ground and pass it off where
And
Dzeko is
space.
yeah and making a lot more space where Dzeko is like we saw in the first match where Brozovic just lasered a ball off of him and so like he's just a different type of nine like
Stop it.
Mike, go on. Panda score.
oh no he just
Hristo, you need to stop. Stop, okay? You're ahead of me. You need to stop, okay? You're ruining the game for me, okay?
Sorry, Mike. Sorry, go on.
okay, yeah,
I
we
was
all
kind of
have
interested.
Napoli Genoa on right now. 1-1 Pandev
Hey,
goal.
hey, hey,
So
man, listen, they got a seventh, man. So we got to make sure everybody that they predicted to finish ahead of us or tripping up a little bit so we can make sure we can finish seventh and qualify for the conference league. Humbly.
yeah. But going back, Dzeko really is much more of a player who is going to get you that ball in if he gets it to you with like a first touch, whether it's off his chest, off his heel. Like he is very much the guy that is going to bring that ball down very reliably. Where Lukaku, it was going to be I'm not going the first touch argument, but it is going to be more than one touch to where he gets turned around and maybe starts running and then Lautaro's running with him, or just anything like that, or like he's dragging two defenders and Lautaro's freer. Excuse that, but um, just so much of it is so different. And I understand for Lautaro, especially like Inzaghi came out after the match and was like, yeah, he had a bit of a knock and like missed like 12 days of training. So I totally understand that it's very new, but
Yeah.
I'm really glad he got that first goal, even if it was, kind of a scrappy goal, a little bit of an ugly goal. Like, the keeper
Well,
got a hand to it, but he almost
mhm.
had a second. But then it also, you see where he's playing his fall down and lose the ball type beat. Like, he can't be doing that this season. That is something that really needs to be worked out.
I mean, but again, when he came back, I think we can also see what makes him special. It's like his scrappiness. This guy is nipping at defenders' heels, winning balls back, sliding in, getting yellow cards. That's why his ass missed the first game because he's always getting booked and stuff. So that's what we like about him. But we also saw Bam Bam Martinez, like that ball that fell right to him, to his right foot. I mean, right leg. Like if you're a top class striker, looking at the goal Vlahovic scored yesterday, for example, the glancing header, it's class. You have to have that cold bloodedness to actually make the right finish. He just swung at it, and I guess of course the keeper was able to save it where he had the whole right side. He could just open it up, whatever. I'm picking and choosing, of course. I'm not a professional player, but that's what I want to see from him, But then again, I guess it's hard to really balance the two where you're this all action guy that's supposed to be this badass El Toro, and then having to be able to calm it down, freeze time more or less, and pick the right finish. It's gonna take him some time, and hopefully, if he doesn't learn it from Zeko, I mean, he's not gonna learn it because next year he's 25, so it's not a matter of improving potential anymore, So I don't know.
And Dzeko has been doing that stuff for years, you know. One of the best styles that we saw in Serie A was Spalletti, Dzeko, with both Raja and Salah. You know, Dzeko coming to the midfield and just handing the ball towards either Raja or Salah, and the others running into space like a true quarterback. And hopefully we can see that at Inter. I still have my doubts about Dumfries. I don't actually know how good he is, both because I haven't seen the league and just his body type doesn't look appealing to me because he's clunky. He's not the fast player that I want us to have on that side. I just have my doubts, but hopefully, he can be better. No one can be as good as Hakimi because he's by far the best wing back in the world. I just I think our scouting needs improvement in that sector because we've seen, like, look at Atalanta for example. They struggled yesterday, but if you look just besides that, their team is stacked with players, very usable and very decent players that they've bought for cheap. Instead of, I don't know, spending the money on Sanchez, I don't know, 10 million euros a season, or buying someone like Kolarov to be your, I don't know, mentor, whatever he is. Just go and look for someone usable in the smaller leagues. Look at Atalanta again, like Leimers, I don't know, Miranchuk, Malinovsky, Illich. Like they have four very decent players for their two positions up front. Hopefully, we can do similarly, and even better Inzaghi now.
I gotta give you a little pushback on that, Hristo. I mean, I don't envy Atalanta anything really as far as the roster goes. Of course, you guys know Gosens. I love Gosens. Besides that, of course, Dumfries is a big question mark, so I guess that as well. But besides that, if you're talking about up front, we got Lautaro, Zeko, Correa, Sanchez, and I mean I'll put that up against Zapata and Noyel. Who else do they have up there that were really
Muriel,
Malinowski? I mean our guys. I'll take our guys against theirs. So in the
yeah,
midfield, we got that beat hands down as far as the defense after they sold Romero. like we got that beat hands down as well. I mean, they got some functional guys, but overall, I think we still got Atalanta very much beat. What do you think, Mikey?
I
I want
mean,
you to split this.
Mike, just a sec. Sorry, before you go on. My
He
point
wants to
with
make
that
another
is
point.
Closing arguments. Closing arguments.
absolutely. We had to sell someone like Hakimi for 60 or Lukaku for 110, 115. Atalanta sold 85 million euros worth of players by selling Diallo to United and Kulusevski to Juventus. Like,
Both
we
players
haven't
that weren't
done
even
that
playing.
exactly, and we haven't done that with the players that we actually bought for 14 millions. So that's like amazing disparity. You are spending and losing money, while Atalanta is making a lot of money by doing nothing. Just follow that model. Whoever player that is, buy small, sell high. Well, even if that's, I don't know, Lamers who you sell for, I don't know, 15 after buying him for 5, just like we did with Caprari. Bought him, stayed alone at Pescara, then flipped him plus money for Skriniar. You just do that.
Let me tell you something, Hristo. Um, honestly, it's probably not the most popular thing to say, but the way I get it is like looking around in Europe, bro. All those teams that are well ran, oh, they bought this guy from the small league for 5 pennies and they're selling them for 15 million. They ain't got zero trophies, man. At the end of the day, what we're all in this sport for is, well, me personally, is to be able to proudly wear my kit. When somebody sees me in the store, asks me what kit I'm wearing, yo, the champions of Italy, yo, enter. Like for me to be able to talk shit to people on Twitter. So at the end of the day, man, if we're buying guys, we're running. Our club is being ran at a deficit where we got this much debt. It doesn't reflect into my personal bank account. Personally, at the end of the day, I want to see the product on the pitch, and I want to see results, and I want to see the trophy room in order for me to feel good as a fan and be proud of my team. So I don't care. I don't. Atalanta's being ran like the best team. They're gonna be on Forbes magazine for best build, best business, whatever. I don't care. My team is better. You know what I mean? And we're probably overpaid. We probably spent money that we didn't have. But at the end of the day, by the time that it probably catches on to us, hopefully we have that second star. And by then, Atalanta will probably still be working on what their first Scudetto. You know what I mean? So I don't care much about their ran well, their whatnot, because it doesn't affect me personally as a fan. So that's how I feel.
Okay, so the way that I see it is I think there is some merit to both arguments. Like when you are making those small deals, I mean, it's always great to make a profit. Inter rarely don't make a profit on their transfers, honestly, even the way we're run now. Like, I mean, uh, Nine Golan, Dalbert, João Mario. There's a couple of others that, I mean, those are the deals that we've lost money on. Those are bad looks. But I mean, when we have to sell, we sell well. Like Icardi being, having all the everything going around him, and we still got money for him. The Hakimi deal where we had no leverage. Lukaku where we had the same amount
He
of
asked
leverage,
to
not
live,
much.
yeah.
Yeah. And so when we have to sell, I mean, we sell well. In big transfers. I mean, little transfers or, guys that, we take a flyer on, those don't seem to work out very often. But
Yeah.
one thing that Atalanta do well is, the one thing I may envy is like their wingback factory. Like those guys are always churning something out on the wings. And,
Yeah.
if we could just, maybe it's something in your coaching or maybe it is in your scouting, I don't know. But if you could just tweak that internally, I think that would save Inter a lot of money, and you wouldn't have to worry about being a selling club because you wouldn't have to buy 12 or not 12 wing backs, but like 5-6 wing backs at like 15 to 20,
apiece.
30 million each. Yeah, that builds up over time.
Only for one to be good. I agree, but I think what Hristo was saying is more like, I guess at the end of the day, when you look at the balance sheets for both teams, Atalanta's probably operating in the positive, where we're in the red, negative 200 million, negative 100 million, right, Hristo? But
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, yeah. But my main point was basically instead of going for someone like, I don't know, again, Kolarov, for free, but you pay, I don't know, 5 million a salary. Someone like Sanchez for free, but you still pay 10 million a salary. So instead of going for those guys, just invest the money in someone younger who can prove themselves, and then sell on for, I don't know, for profit. Because look at what Milan has done so far. Giroud, how good is he for the league? Ibrahimovic is rarely fit. Mandzukic, they signed him for 3 months and he fucked off. Three signings, that is. They're barely functional in the past, like, what, 8 months?
Yeah, thank
That's
God we're not Milan, eh?
that's not sustainable.
Yeah, that's the
Absolutely.
thing. That's the thing. But Hristo, I'm not sure. Do you think we win the Scudetto without Sanchez?
No, but who knows if, I
Like
don't
last year,
know.
do you think we have like some young kid, for example, like
Esposito instead of Sanchez.
Leao, for example, like very promising, very talented. Because I'll raise my hands. Because I don't delete tweets. If you go and look, at the time that we were selling Icardi, I was like, "Yo, Leao, bring Leao. This kid is so promising. He's gonna be a world beater in 2 3 years." What a L that would have been for me. You know what I mean? Those tweets, the tweets are still there. You know what I mean? So that's to tell you that those young, talented players you can never know. Sanchez, when he plays, he's still a guarantee. What did he have, Mikey? You're my stats guy. What, 7 goals, 6 assists, 7 goals, 7 assists,
It was
something like
double
that?
digits goals and assists last
That's
season.
that's that's crazy. So I mean, the 7 million people can make fun of us. Oh, look at that! Inter are paying a guy on the bench this that, but the team are in debt and all that stuff. At the end of the day, we're winning Scudettos. So I want to have a kit with the 2 stars. At the end of the day, I'll eat another Benter era because those people, the main ones
Oh,
that are talking, the main ones that are talking, they ain't never seen their team
fuck
win
that.
anything.
I'm not going through a Banterira once again. Fuck that
No, we're
Even
noise.
not going to. We're not
No.
going to. It,
I
I
don't think
think,
so.
yeah, the
It-
foundations are in place where we're not going to fall that far unless something absolutely catastrophic happens. I mean, we already had one. We already have one catastrophic summer and are still fine. So we're
Worst
gonna be
case
fine.
scenario is that they default on the team and we get taken over by a BC partner. So in which case we're gonna be what, Milan? So
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god, bro.
that's still not bad. But I just want that
Would you?
start
So,
all said and done.
you
I
were
mean,
shitting on my point.
I'll sit back like this with my feet up as we sell Lotaro, as Barella is waving back at us, Bastoni. As long as I got my kit with the 2 stars there. So as long
Nah,
as anybody tweets me like, if you ain't got
I
two
don't give a
stars,
fuck about this
I
two
can
star.
reply.
Who's gonna play for those 2 stars? Hussein Karia again? Or Alvarez? Bro, come on.
Jonathan.
I just cannot go through a Banterira again. Like, us turning into Milan. Look at what Milan has done so far. Like, they've sold Donnarumma or
Nothing.
Donnarumma went for
Yeah.
free, yeah. Uh, Çalhanoğlu same. Now Kessie is struggling to.
Oh, oh, we lost them.
Oh man, and I'm over here about to retweet that it's a very good episode that everybody needs to be on there. How many
Okay,
people do we have? Does it show?
he's back. He's back. We have 3 watching right now. We got 3 eyes on us.
Yeah, we need much more. Let me go.
Dave?
Yeah, again, not this one.
The first time he did it, the goal got called back for VAR, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't want to do a podcast with this guy no more, man.
I'm just kidding, bro. No one scored. Come on. I caught you again lacking.
Wow.
Oh, the advantages of not being
The
Paramount
fact that
Plus.
he's in Europe.
Yeah.
Well, I am Paramount Plus. The thing is in Europe, he gets it like I guess 5 6 seconds
Yeah.
before us.
How's the Paramount deal so far?
What you mean? It is a goal. What are you talking about?
Roller
I hate
coaster of
this. I hate
emotions.
this guy, man.
Who scored?
The funny thing is, I don't
Oh,
know.
the Cambiaso guy.
Was it-
Napoli are one of the teams that everybody are pretty much jumping on because of Spalletti. So
For
I'm not
those
gonna lie,
listening, Dave is changing his shirt,
I'm-
putting on
No,
a
I'm-
Napoli shirt like now, with Lausanne on the back.
Oh, that's brutal. Did you just see like
Oh,
the
what a-
shot
what a
where it was
volley.
Spalletti? It's Spalletti with his head down on top
Unas
of
is
the
still
dugout.
here.
huh?
Unas is still here. The guy that went to Crotone last year with Simi
I
up
don't know.
front.
Yeah.
He's talented. I think Milan should have went for him.
Milan should have went for every single one. So talking about like Milan, give me both of yours top 4, top 5. I don't know
Top five, including yours.
Top five
your
this
own.
season.
Yeah.
Okay, well we've got a little bit of an inside track on everyone else because we didn't do a preseason. We've got to see a couple of games so far. So, and we also
Wait, before you go, are you gonna give us the top five? Definitely top five, or is it subject to change after the
No, no.
Mercado is?
There's no subject to change, Mike. What you
I
say
think-
now? It's
I think the
How
change.
about if Juve mess around and get Icardi last game? That's still that moves the needle a little bit, guys. Come on.
advantage Inter.
In this league, I don't know, bro.
I don't know, Wanda on Tiki Taka, like fighting with Nedved. I don't know. I'd pay to see that.
But a motivated Icardi in this league, I don't know.
Oh, still overweight. You can be motivated. as you
I
want.
think if they get him, maybe that does change a bit, but it's not going to be the same impact that Ronaldo was going to have. For as much as everyone points out that team was Ronaldo and then nothing else, like. If it was that and now there's no Ronaldo, then what is it? It's just the nothing else. So I think that whoever they get, I think they'll probably scrape top four, but I don't think they may get top two, but I think that's their that's their ceiling. Their floor is like fifth, their ceiling is like second, honestly.
You talking
Juventus
about you
Juventus football.
Their ceiling is second.
The
scrape
ceiling
top
is
four.
second. Okay, so my top four.
Mikey D, ladies and gentlemen. What does Lord
Oh.
Figo calls him again? Mikey.
Oh my god! But I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna say let's say the second star comes. The second star is coming this season. Inter-
So we're one.
You know what? I'll give Juve second because I don't see anyone else staying long enough, having that longevity to get that high. I think Juve will probably end up second just because it's gonna be a dogfight from like second to fifth because all those teams are gonna stumble. Even we're gonna stumble a bit, but those teams are going to stumble more than us because they're either still building or just still have glaring problems that I think they'll go on runs, but I don't think they'll, be there at the end of the season to be like pushing first place. So Inter, Juve, you can't doubt Atalanta. I've done it the past few seasons. I've tried to give them fifth and
Hristo,
sixth.
you see how long it takes to make a pick, Hristo?
I know it's every single pick from Mike is
He
highly.
gotta give you a dissertation.
Bro, when you start talking about us finishing fourth, you're gonna give a dissertation too, Mike.
Me, no,
All
me.
right. I got
Go
1,
ahead,
2,
Mike.
3. Oh, wait, what's my hand? 1, 2,
You didn't
3.
give us three. You didn't give us a definite.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was on
Atalanta?
Inter. Oh, better not use that finger. My bad. Flipping everybody off on cam. But Inter, Juve, Atalanta, Roma, Milan.
Ooh, Dave.
I'm gonna go.
Let me-
I might go 0 for 5,
No.
but it's gonna be fun.
No takebacks.
No take back. I'll go
Your
0 for 5.
Your turn, Hristo.
I would go with.
I wanna say Inter, but I don't wanna jinx it. I'm still gonna say Juventus, Inter, Lazio,
Lazio.
Atalanta, Napoli, or Roma. I don't give a fuck about fifth. Fifth and sixth, I think, are interchangeable. I think Milan's gonna finish outside the top six because they're worse than last year, and last year they were running on some Pioli juice.
Yeah.
penalty
that is fair.
juice too. Okay, for me, I have Inter definitely.
Ooh,
We're
boo!
winning it. I don't care, man. Listen, we have that stuff. You see, touch your chest right here in the middle. Touch it real quick. Touch it for me. What is that? What does that mean? No, right there.
Okay.
What is that? What is that?
I
What
think
is
I think it's a commemoration of Italy winning the Euros.
Italy?
Is
You
it?
sure that's what that means? Are you
No.
sure?
Or maybe Juventus
Where do you
winning the
get those
Serie B.
guys from, Mikey? Serie
Are
B,
you
my
what?
club, my club doesn't know anything about the Serie B. So listen,
Yo,
because of
I
that you
love
have
it.
on your chest, I have to have that energy. You know what I mean? So until they knock us off, that's the energy I want to see all of you guys have. So number one, Inter. Number two, man, I was making fun of Mikey, but here I am right now. I'm like number two, man.
You cannot
Listen,
not say Juventus.
I don't want to be overreacting either. Number
No.
two.
Come on, Dave. Are
Okay.
you writing this
Okay,
this one?
okay, fine. Number two, I'll go Juve. Okay, number three, bro, I like Lazio, man.
Just copy my picks. Come on.
That's what you had?
Except
Lazio number
Inter
three?
winning the Scudetto.
Okay. So yeah, Lazio number three. Number four, I like Jesus Christ, man, this is so tough. I like Atalanta. And number five, I'll slide in Napoli.
Mourinho, 6 or 7.
Mourinho six, Milan seven.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ooh, Milan playing in the Conference League.
because going into the season with a 40-year-old Zlatan, like a year older as your main guy. But oh, you know what? We went and got some insurance. We got a guy that's 35. You know what I mean? And Ryan Diaz, of course, the guy is very talented, super talented. I love watching him, but he's your only guy as an attacking midfielder. Unless they can make something happen in the next 2 days, they're lacking a lot, man. Their right hand side is still Salamakers and Castillo. Even if Castillo is supposed to be leaving, but I don't hear anything about them replacing them with anything of substance. And mind you, both Kessie and Benacer are gonna be missing for a month by them going to the Africa Cups of Nation. You know, so that's something to take into account.
They also
So
don't
I don't.
have Dalot, someone who was a decent rotation option for both Calabria and Theo.
Yeah,
They're
Teo,
worse
that's
off
good.
in every single position this year.
Yeah,
can I get a
absolutely, absolutely.
can I get a take back?
What?
I thought we said no. Okay, wait a minute. I just talked you into it, Mikey.
Mike?
If you get a take back, we all get a take back.
No,
Nah.
the only take back I've got would be like, I'd probably I would, because I was, I got to take into account the way that Lazio have looked in the past couple matches. It's been pretty good. So I guess
I'm not gonna lie. That's why I got him third as well. I feel like I'm being kind of reactionary right now because
No, but
Lazio,
they're
man.
really good, and they're not playing in any like serious competition. Wow, when
it
Okay, you know what?
it scares
All
me
right.
because Sarri has Immobile playing well as a solo striker,
Yeah,
and that scares me as like being like a Higuain like 2.0 for him.
yeah, but the death though, Mikey. You know what? Because of that, I'll take it back. I'm using my take back. I'm using my take back, just like you're using yours. So I'm gonna go. I'll take Lazio out of third, man. Who did I have fourth? I
Atalanta.
had Atalanta. Okay, Atalanta could move up to third. Um, Napoli could move
but
up to fourth, and
to be
Lazio fifth.
to be
Because the
to be
depth.
fair, like the top four except the first one are all interchangeable. It doesn't matter whether you finish second or fourth, or even or just in case Juventus finishes fourth, it's gonna be an
It's still
amazing
gonna be
fit for
pot
anyone
two.
else.
Yeah, yeah,
But
you're right.
you're still gonna get all the money from the Champions League and whatnot.
I'll switch. I'll
Oh,
switch
shouts to a guy
Roma.
Smiley, man. That's one of the nicest guys on Twitter. If you want to like on your tweet, just tweet whatever. He'll go and like it too.
Yeah, so he's got Juve
Mike,
and Inter top two. But
That's
yeah,
what I feel as well.
I want to switch. I'll say I'll switch Milan for Lazio. I think Lazio can get top four over Milan. And then Roma, I don't know. I'll still give him a shot, but I don't think Shmurdov, Bobby Shmurda, whatever his name is over there, I don't think he's getting top four.
uh,
You saw
Dave,
mhm.
who's gonna get relegated?
Oh,
Everyone, everyone down there.
Listen, man. Venezia, they did not look good at. They haven't looked good at all. Even the kids. So they're already one of them that they're definitely gonna go down. Empoli look good, so I think they're staying up so far. Spezia, well, it's gonna be
Awful.
the usual. Thiago Motta, he's gonna get fired after 2 months. So depending on who
The
they bring
usual.
in, the usual. But the thing is, they love his ideas because he still gets chances and chances. I can't. I'm sure he's gonna be a general manager next year at some point. So
Fair.
depending on how soon they fire him and who they bring in to save the ship. Right now, I got Spezia as my second team being
So
relegated.
he's already like relegated in your mind.
Of course, bro.
Or
You
sorry,
saw you saw
sacked.
how they look. Of course, he's gonna be sad because I don't know. I haven't really followed Spezia, but what I remember from Mota when I was reading his philosophy or some shit, he had some 2-6-2 formation or something like that. That's how he
Yeah,
wants
that
to
was
play.
that
Clickbait.
had so many misconceptions around. Yeah, it was like he was taught. It is confusing because he was talking about like instead of the formation going like keeper, backline, midfield, attack, it was
Hmm.
like sections of the pitch like left to right. So he wanted
Oh,
like
okay, okay, okay.
two
It
on
was more
like the
like
right hand
horizontal
space.
the
Yeah,
way
he
he's
wanted like
looking at
two
it.
on
But
the right
yes,
space, seven in the middle, and then two on the other side.
Hmm. But anyway, the reason why I said that I feel like he's already fired is because I guess I misunderstood that as well. But I've read that he has the craziest philosophies, the craziest ideas, and that his teams are always getting dismantled. They don't even look like they're well set up or whatever. They can't even sit there and like absorb some attacks at least, even if they're not scoring. It looks amateurish. So that's why I feel like he's gonna get eventually fired. And the third one, I don't know, man. I haven't seen Salernitana. Um,
I
but
watched I watched one match of Salernitana. They did not look good.
they didn't look good. So I'll see. It's probably gonna be them as well, But we always automatically look at the teams that freshly come up. But Empoli, man, Empoli, they have Andrea Azzoli. You know, they were up against Lazio. The first match they played Lazio, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
And then
they
they
scored a
they ended
goal in
up
like
losing.
10 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it
they ended
was.
up losing. And then they were able to hold on against Juve. So there's the three. Oh, there goes Smiley again. Smiley giving us his picks. Did he give us all four, or did he
Yeah,
skip from
yeah.
one of
Let
the
me
four?
go through the four. So it's Juve, interchangeable.
Hmm.
Third, Atalanta. Fourth, Napoli or Lazio.
Mike, who are your top three to go down?
Venezia looked like wet newspaper. That's not happening. They're not staying up. I like my guy Malta. Like I want to see this guy succeed in football. Like I want to see him get some management going, but it's not looking good so far. I think they're probably going to go down because I don't think anyone can sustain that system that Italiano had laid because it was so specifically his with those players that like if
Hmm.
someone like one of these damage control guys that we know comes in that
Come
like
on. I
tries to
mean,
keep teams up, I
yeah,
just I don't think
we've
that
seen
team.
this movie. We've seen this movie a million times. It's gonna be a late Ranieri appearance, like
Oh,
the Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
Mazzari's waiting on the
Oh
sideline.
God, man,
But
sorry.
oh,
Yeah,
oh,
it's gonna
this
be a guy like that plays dinosaur football. That's gonna try to like.
Yakini. He's always there for that. Yeah, he's made a career out of that.
Serse
Yeah,
Cosme,
Just the
yeah.
Cosme. Wow,
Walter Zenga.
and that's why our league is in shit, man.
Hey, Zenga can keep the team up,
Yeah.
but it's
Well,
maybe.
it's the same old names, guys. Same old names since early 2000s that are still in rotation for the most part. It's really scary to be honest. Mm.
Yeah.
But
So
Smiley took the easy way out. He didn't take any quick picks. He didn't take any clear picks. He has brackets here,
slashes. Yeah.
I want to see
slashes.
Verona go down because look at their coach, look at their
You know,
team.
Di
No,
Francesco. We know his reputation, but the way that Verona looked against Inter, like it looks like he's willing to keep what Juric had built,
yes,
and he looks able to do that. So if he does that, I think they'll be fine. At least this one season. If he goes into next season and tries his 4-3-3 bull again, I think they go down. But
and
as long as he
it's also
keeps,
very important whether they lose Sakani or not because he's being heavily linked to a couple clubs right
That's
now.
yeah.
So
yeah,
and this guy was a demon against us a couple of days ago. No, I
I
wouldn't
think
mind him.
Kostic is going to Lazio, so he's staying at Verona most probably.
Yeah, but they're saying, well, I think it's probably just Napoli just scored.
Petagna, yeah, Heather.
My stream's been frozen for like 10 minutes.
I want to see Torino doing well for some reason. I like Olaina, and I've liked him ever since he came from Chelsea. And now with Juric on the bench, I think they're gonna
Mhm.
be safe and even be somewhere in between 10 and, 12, 13, which
Yeah,
is
I'm
an
not worried
improvement.
about Torino this season. I think appointing Juric is pretty much your safety right there. Because
No,
Verona
absolutely.
did not look like they were going to stay up at all that first season, and he worked a miracle, and then developed his guys like Kumbula and that whole first team that has now all virtually moved on, and then he built a second team that stayed up. So I think whatever happens at Torino will be fine. I think Verona will stay up because they'll keep that blueprint. So that really leaves, like I said, Venezia, Empoli, and Salernitana because
You
the
still think Empoli is gonna go down?
did I say Empoli? Did I slip that?
Yeah, I
No.
Yeah.
think Spezia. You meant Spezia.
Yeah, I meant
You mean Spezia?
Spezia.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we'll agree on that. But like I've read today, I think Di Marzio said that there's a possibility of Torino signing Amrabat from Fiorentina,
Oh yeah, I saw that as well. I mean,
which,
what a disappointment. That's a guy that
bro,
I don't
he's
know,
actually
man.
a really
He's
good.
just a Urich player. Like
Well, I don't know, guys, because this is a guy that that tells us this is the reason why we're not the ones that are being paid the millions of dollars to scout players and bring players in. But this is a guy I'm like, why is Inter not all over this guy when he was looking like a young Dembele, Musa Dembele? He looks like
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
kind of play. I'm like, why didn't we get this guy?
I mean
And
he was decent last year for Fiorentina. I don't know why they're selling
why are
him.
they moving him then? So
Uh, I saw in the media also that Urich had come out and was saying that Cairo had promised him more and that he hadn't done anything on the transfer market, which isn't surprising knowing that club.
No
But
shit.
maybe that was him coming out and putting pressure on management to get him something, and
at
that's
least get him
their
one of his players. Yeah.
yeah. So that's his ultimatum right there.
How's Kumbula doing at Roma? Is he even a starter?
He's not even playing. No.
Yeah, that's tragic.
Hmm.
Let me see at the lineups right now. I think he's supposed to be on the bench according to Gazzetta. Yeah, Karsdorp, Mancini, Ibanez, Vigna, Veretout, Cristante, Perez, Pellegrini, Mkhitaryan, Shomurodov. So
I still
Tammy,
don't know what
Tammy
to think
Abraham.
of that Roma team. Genuinely, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Mikey,
Your
they look
guy
good. They look good,
Reynolds
man.
on the bench.
And I don't know,
I
man.
mean,
They're
Mourinho's
I guess
Roma or not Roma, his Tottenham looked really good at the beginning too. He had Harry Kane looking like Ballon d'Or.
very
Like
very true,
it,
very true.
it you never know when it's going to fall apart with Mourinho. If it's going to be
But
a season or two down the road, or if it's going to be halfway into a season.
when did the wheels start falling off of that though? Like, did he fall out with a player or something like that? That's usually how it goes with Mourinho. Because I'm thinking of that Roma locker room. He may have guys willing to. I mean, those guys haven't tasted victory. They haven't tasted
Yeah,
success. So those guys may be willing to run through a wall for him. I mean, especially now that they see, okay, they've gotten off to a good start. They swept away whoever they were playing to qualify for the conference league, I think, and then
They're playing in the
was
Europa
it
League. I just checked. I
Europa
think.
League? Europa League. I'm sorry, and
Oh, sorry.
no, they're in the
I was checking.
conference.
Yeah,
conference
Lazio
league.
was in the
The
Europa.
Europa League,
Yeah,
and they look very good, and even that guy, man, Eldor, like I don't know if it's because of his nationality or whatever it is, how this guy just flew under the radar. Like it doesn't take much to see that he
Probably.
could play, even when he made his appearances for Genoa last year. I thought he was a youngster, but he found out he's 26. But he's a good
He
little lefty.
he needs someone like Tammy Abraham to score goals for him. He will do the running and he'll do everything else, but he needs someone more reliable next to him. He was at Genoa. He was decent, but he wasn't anything special.
he didn't even hit 10 goals. I don't think he had like 8, didn't he? Was
Yeah,
it
I
8?
mean Genoa were
From that time,
awful.
yeah, yeah. And I don't think he was a starter most of the season because remember that it was Destro, and Destro was off to a good start. Remember?
Destro
Yeah,
So
Scamacca.
yeah.
Destro and
Skamaka had a
Skamaka.
good start.
Then this guy scored a brace against Milan.
Yeah, Milan's team and attack looks like Selemakers,
Man,
Diaz, Leao, and Giroud.
I
That's
don't know. I don't know what I want to
Fucking
watch. If I
dreadful.
want to watch the Roma match or the Milan match.
I think
You
I want
know,
to see Milan struggle. If I'm being honest.
I miss so much having. I guess this is a U.S. problem, but having
Hmm.
ESPN Plus where you could split screen matches,
Ooh.
and
You could
now
do that.
on ESPN Plus you could. Yeah,
I never use that feature.
I used
I
to
would
use
have
that.
one. I would have one on my laptop. I guess that's what I'm about to do right now too.
Well, now that we're on Paramount, yeah, there's no split screen, which is
That's
tragic.
crazy. Let me
But yeah,
see.
I miss that because I guess I'll be doing the laptop switch, or I
None,
might be doing homework. Who knows? So
Nunez is starting in Dalbert. They have a pretty
Ugh.
decent 3-5-2, man.
Yo, Dalbert is in my fantasy team. Hope he doesn't fucking fail.
I see
Who's
what
your
you're saying.
why?
keeper,
Talk about
bro?
fantasies. You took fantasy literally, like
Yeah,
never come true.
I don't know. I mean, of all places, it would be Cagliari, and then Cagliari's gonna like beg us to give him to him for free, and like we pay all his wages or something.
I mean, if they play
Uh,
ball and because I think we're probably interested in Quanio, so they
ugh.
have to play ball with us, you know. So
Fuck that guy,
we'll see,
bro.
man.
Yeah, a long season. You never know what's gonna happen. But I think we've covered just about everything. Does anybody have any parting comments or topics that we can tackle before we head out?
Don't sleep on
This
Salernitana's attacking partnership containing Obi and Bonazzoli. I
Did
think
they
I thought
get
he was.
Simi too?
I thought he was gonna say Simi, bro. And this guy's
Yeah.
no,
bro
fuck
log
Simi,
right
bro.
now.
Bro,
What?
Joel
20 goals,
Obi,
Simi?
Joel Obi, the Inter legend, and Bonazzoli, both Inter products. Come on.
You know what?
Oh
Might have to
man,
keep him up in my team, but no, I don't think they
I
have
don't know
enough
what I'm gonna do with
defense.
this guy, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do with
That's
this guy.
literally Crotone 2.0 right there.
Well, to start off, just like Hristo was starting off, don't sleep on Sebastiano Esposito because
Ugh.
this guy is playing well. Of course, it's in Switzerland. The league is very low. It's like Serie B level, I heard. So as long as he's getting all the minutes and he's developing, he's showing the talent. It's not like this guy is scoring tap ins here and there, left and right. You see, he's scoring a lot of quality goals, trivelas, um, free
Free kick
kicks.
today, yeah.
So yeah, he's like really showing his talent, and that's what I want to see. Hopefully, I don't think he's gonna be able to make a big move to the Serie A next year. He's still 19. But hopefully we can bring him. Well, not to enter, but we could bring him to probably a lower Serie A side on loan and see how he does. In a couple of years, it probably could be a big, very important player for us. But my parting ways is, yo, it was very, very fun. It was our first time doing this. The fact that we didn't have a script, it was organic, and we really had a good time talking shit to each other. Thanks for everybody for joining. It was fun. Hopefully, we promote it better next time, and we're gonna have much more people.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is something we will continue with. For all the three people watching right now getting this breaking news. But yeah, this will also, of course, be out still on all our usual podcast platforms. Apple, Spotify, Google, Podbean. I don't know the rest of the obscure ones. I'm sorry if you use those, but yeah, this will be out everywhere. We'll try to get something else in during the international break because what else is there to do,
Of
and we'll
course.
see who we can get on.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for joining, guys. Again.
Yeah, thanks everyone. We'll let everyone know when it's up, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.